Okay, someone else that was here last time, what was the biggest takeaway?
Cancer.
Okay, all right, two more. Who was here last time? Now you're not putting your hands up. Okay, one more. Who was here last time?
General knowledge about the X39 and this lightweight technology. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yay. Yes.
Yeah, I was, and I mentioned this last time, but I was diagnosed with Notch 3, N-O-T-C-H, like a belt notch 3 genetic mutation. And that leads to something called CADASIL, C-A-D-A-S-I-L. I'm writing a book about it. And Lillian has a copy of it, a portion of it, right? And so with X39, I'm doing fine.
Thank you everyone for coming. I'm Marty, if we haven't met yet. Many of you know me. And I work with the lovely nurse, Jen Jordan. So I've been using the patches for about 4.5 months. So I'm fairly new, so this is all great for me to come and learn as well. Jen has been using them for about 1.5 years. So she was the one that introduced me originally, right next door in the essential oil shop where you guys all signed in today. And you guys all have your tickets, right?
Yes.
Because we're gonna have drawings for some really cool stuff.
You need to be here though.
Up here, you need to be present, because if you're not here, we go to the
Someone else
next
gets your
one.
prize.
Okay, so, I think we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Jen, are you gonna introduce our guest
Yes.
speaker? Some of you have seen her. She's driven all the way from beautiful downtown Huntington Beach, California. And she's been using the patches, okay, if she stops hugging, get up here. She's been using the patches for what, 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah, and she has an impressive background that Jen knows some of to introduce, and you're gonna have to help us because she forgot her intro. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of the way, and let's all welcome Miss Lillian Walker.
We are so blessed that Lillian is here because she is a wealth of information. She is a stem cell activation specialist. Ask her anything about healing the brain. She has her own personal story. We're incredibly grateful. She basically saved my father's life when I first started out on the patches. I didn't know a lot. My dad nearly died. Was in the ICU with COVID, and so he was just really not having a very high quality of life at all at home. So I called Lillian, and she spent an hour on the phone with me. I'm like, I don't know, I just started all this stuff, and then what do I do with all the stickers? I put them all on him, I don't know where to put them. So we patched him on his chest. We got rid of his giant oxygen concentrator. Has anyone ever seen an oxygen concentrator? Right? And then they have a long hose that go off it, and my mom liked it because we never know where my dad is. We're like, where does Papa go anyway? So all we have to do is follow the hose. There he is. So that part was kind of redeeming. But so then we started patching. We got him off the hose. Got him on the nasal cannula with his little backpack thing. He's off that now. His pulmonologist says, he's his one miracle that lived. Number 2, he said, it's impossible that your lung scarring is reversing in your lungs. That's not possible, Jack. This is all from the patches. So I am incredible, like such high gratitude for Lillian for saving my dad's life. Got my mom on the patches. We've had a lot of miracles. Yeah, mom should still be recovering today from a surgery she had several weeks ago. But she was up day 2 feeding the chickens. Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Yeah. And went to church, 6 days after that as a greeter, and then came to one of our events. Like, she was supposed to be in bed rest for 6 weeks. Okay? It's
She felt good.
She
actually felt good, that's why.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, come on, what are you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna let you get started. And just some housekeeping. Again, if anyone still wants a snack, run next door. We have some cider up here, water over here. The restroom is right in the back here. Okay? Is everyone comfy and good? How's the temperature in here? If anyone starts to get cold, because it is a proven fact, if you are feeling cold, your brain will not learn. Okay? It's true. So if you feel cold, just start to go like
Some hot
this
cider.
in your chair, or go like this and we'll adjust it, okay? And then everyone else can just take their, like, clothes off. It'll be easier to patch you that way. Okay, and please don't fall down.
Yeah, and if you don't like cider, still get the hot cider because you can hold the hot cider and the cup will warm your hands. And you'll just use it as a hand warmer, so it's still a win-win. Signals your brain that, oh, you're comfortable and things will go better for you. So I'm gonna pull how many of you guys remember Mr. Rogers, on TV? So I'm gonna pull a Mr. Rogers and I'm actually gonna take this jacket off while I'm up here with you guys, and I'm gonna throw it there on that chair. But all I have to say that, first of all, I wanna let you know how grateful I am, first of all, to Marty, to Jen, Nurse Jen and Kendra, for inviting me to come back again, because I was just here 2 weeks ago. We had standing room only, and we had incredible miracles that took place then. And because you invited me up, you basically have blessed me with the opportunity to do what I absolutely love and adore. I was born to do this. Some people have to get hit by a bus in order to get exactly on track on their mission and their purpose for which they were brought forth. That was my path. I don't wish it on anybody else. But after repatterning people's brains for so many years and helping others with neurological issues and symptoms and syndromes, and including my son who almost lost his life to Guillain-Barré, and he was paralyzed, and he's not paralyzed anymore. He's totally fine now.
Wow.
But then the good divine Savior and Lord decided, we need to put you on the other side so you know what it's like to have brain damage. Can you imagine what a hit to the ego that is? It's like now you have brain damage, you can't think, and you can't remember stuff like 15 minutes ago. So it gave me another, oops, sorry. Yeah. Meant to throw it on that chair and I did it, but anyhow, the bottom line is that I am here today thanks to the Almighty, and because those angels that are here, Marty, Jen, and Kendra, and every single one of you have manifested this. You were seeking, you were knocking on the door, you asked, you didn't give up. How many people just give up and say, you know what, this is it, I'm getting old, things are only gonna get worse, something's gotta take you, so I guess whatever this is, it's gonna take you, and then things get infinitely worse, right? And we know about, there's scripture that talks about turning the other cheek. And I tell people, it's like, well now, because you made the decision to not give up on yourself, because that's what it is. This is all about you not giving up on you. And just like I was told by multiple neurologists, it's like, once you have brain damage, you can't regenerate the brain. And I'm like, but everything. I'm like, did you not take some of the same classes that I did? In biophysiology and neurochemistry that shows us how we have a Nobel Prize winner that's called Kandel, who he discovered that neurons that fire together wire together, and you can grow new neurological pathways of the brain, not just when you're a kid, but irrespective of your age. You can regrow those nerves, and you can regrow parts of the brain. Does it take work? Does it take effort? Does it take a positive intention? No question, because if you give in to things getting worse, then your brain goes, okay, she wants things to get infinitely worse, let's continue on this path. But if you are committed to yourself, wanting to feel better, wanting to get not just back to where you were before, but maybe even better than before, then guess what? You're at the right place, at the right time with the right people, because you're here. Your butts are in these seats, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So there's a gentleman here that I met, and there he is, the one in the dark jacket, Tim, right?
Yes.
Come on up, we're gonna start with you. Before we get into the nitty gritty, I wanna go ahead and pat you, because I know that you have some pain issues. And if you come up here, yeah. We're going to do some patches on him. So Tim, you have, is it a back?
Knee, back, brain, everything.
Okay. Knee, back, pain. Okay, so.
I've had a back fusion,
Back fusion.
both knees replaced. This knee goes from here to here. It got infected, and an infectious disease doctor put rods up my bones to block off the infection.
Oh my gosh.
because they never found it. And then this one got replaced in October. A month later, it was infected.
Oh,
My ankle, I broke my ankle because my right knee gave out.
oh my gosh.
This is all workers' comp stuff from 10/28/10.
Okay.
And I already wear a patch here and a patch here.
Okay, so we're gonna put more patches on you because you need more patches. So, Merry Christmas, first of all, and do I have permission to touch you?
Yeah.
I do have permission to touch you, okay. So, we talked about turning the other cheek. Obviously, he hasn't given up on himself, which is the first step. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, where is the worst pain? Like, what's your
Back.
pain level? Your back. And it's 0 to 10. If 10 was unbearable, 0 was nothing, what number would you give it?
You know, 0 to 10 is wrong, because it should be 0 to hospital.
You know what?
Okay.
You're right.
It is true, yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
a lot of people don't realize that once you hit 7, 8, you can go to the hospital and get treated.
Yeah, that's
But
absolutely
if
true.
you're sitting at a 6, forget it.
Yeah.
Just sit around.
Yeah.
If I could live, if I had a 6 full-time, I could live with that
So you're probably 9-ish.
most of the time.
Okay, so we are going to change that, and we're gonna start you with X39, and we're gonna start with your back, and then we'll go to your knees. Okay, so some people ask me, how many patches can you put on? Well, when I first met David Schmidt, he had 13 or 14 patches on. He wore 2 sets of energy enhancer, one for the top part of the body, one for the bottom part of the body. And then we have 11 patches, so we're like, okay, wait a minute, how is it that you're wearing 13 patches? And, well, he's wearing the Fantastic 5, 2 sets of energy enhancer, and 2 other experimental patches that haven't come out yet that he's testing, so. And I have a cardiologist, Dr. James Canneller, who he has put as many as 14 patches of carnosine alone, let alone the other patches, on heart patients that are cardiac patients, because he specializes in the electrical conductivity of the heart. Okay, so because this is activating your original master smart cells, the pluripotent cells that created you in your mother's womb, they can't harm you. They're not medicine. This is no different than a crutch or a wheelchair. It's a medical device. It's not medicine. So nothing goes into the body. It's your body that's doing all the cellular repair. So we've got Eon. I'm going to put next to each 39, I'm going to put an Eon patch.
That's what I wear.
Because that is the master anti-inflammatory.
The X39 on the
So-
back and the Eon on the front.
Yeah, so I've worn 3 or 4 Eons.
Yeah, but if you're wearing that many, what's this thing gonna cost me a day?
So, you know what, you can get it done for about $11 a day, believe it or not. Yeah, so it's not gonna break the bank. It's a cost of two cups of coffee. So we're gonna start off with 39, Eon, and then Ice Wave on your back. And actually, we're gonna double. Oh, I need another, this one came with an uneven number of white, Marty or Jen, can you get me a white Ice Wave? Yeah. Okay, so Randy, I want to come over here.
Rand,
I'm sorry, I don't know why I called you Randy, I was thinking of somebody.
That's me.
Tim, yeah, I know, because I just got your book, that's why had Randy on the brain.
back first.
Yeah, we're gonna start with your back, so turn around, there we go. Okay, you don't have to bend over, you can just stand up straight, because that's probably painful, you bend over. So just hold this up for me.
Standing up straight is painful, everything.
Oh, everything, I know what you mean, because I had back pain, neck pain, and leg pain. Okay, so I'm gonna first take the X39, and so your pain is, I could see where your surgery was done, so you probably have pretty bad pain around this area.
Everywhere.
Okay, so we're gonna put I'd say point to where you feel it, and then patch it with the X39. Okay, it's going straight down there. So I'm gonna put it right on his spine, and then I'm gonna put the Eon patch right next to it, right above it, because it's right on his spine. You have your autonomic nervous system that's signaled from your brain, down your brainstem, down.
Does
your
it always
spine.
go right on your nerves?
Well, yes. It's always on your nerves. You have a nerve system that's everywhere in the body.
Not off to the side.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do, now that I did 39 and Eon, and it doesn't matter if Eon's above or below or to the right or to the left, it's still touching the spine. So now I'm gonna put 2 tan patches, because we always start with the tan patch. Tan on left, white on right. This is a negative charge. This is the only patch we have that doesn't fix anything, but it turns off pain receptors. So his pain level 9 or 10 is gonna drop down to probably 5 or 4 or less. And it may take 30 seconds, it might take 2-3 minutes, it may take 15-20 minutes. We'll have to see. He will tell us. So I'm gonna go ahead and put just 3 finger widths to the left, 1 tan patch, and then this one's gonna be right below it.
So how many total patches do I have on my back right now?
So right now you have 3, and I'm putting the 4th. And then I want him, get a glass of water for him. And we need to make sure that he's properly hydrated. Retail, in case you guys are wondering, retail, it's about $5 a patch. It's $5 a patch, but everyone here, you will be able to get a Dr. Wholesale patch, so it will be wholesale. It'll be anywhere from 30 to 50% off. Okay, so I put the white on right. Okay, so now Randy, I want you to drink some water.
Fred.
I'm sorry, I called him Randy again.
I wonder where Randy.
I don't know why Randy, but Tim. Just drink the water, okay, fantastic.
Here, I'll take
And
it.
then hold that, and maybe we'll have him drink a little bit more water in just a second. And then I'm going to put on your knees. Okay. And next, we are going to patch your knees. So I might need your assistance, Jen, to help me put his hat in
Sit on this chair. Or just a low chair?
I think he needs to be standing straight so that we can.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of
what if you
having
put
it
your
bent,
leg
it's better if he
out
stands. So come over here, and then she'll just lift up your pant leg. I think that's gonna be the best thing to do.
Oh, you're all wet. You cold?
Is one leg worse than the other, or are they about the same?
The left leg is probably worse than the other because,
Usually
well,
it's-
you know, they tell you, use your strong leg to go upstairs, so I just use my left leg
Okay.
to go upstairs, even though the surgery
Okay.
on it was.
Can you turn around so that folks can see you? Okay. So, yeah, I can see, we can all see the inflammation on his knee. I can feel the heat also on your knee. So we are going to take X39. Poor guy, my goodness. When you have someone like this, oftentimes they have one spot that's more painful than the other, but it's not gonna matter where you put the X39. 12, 3, 6, 9 o'clock position, doesn't matter, right on the patella, where the patella is supposed to be. And here's the Eon patch. I'm just gonna put it, and follow your instincts. If you have an instinct to put it in a specific spot, go with that. It doesn't have to make sense to your left side of your brain. Your autonomic nervous system is giving you information, just trust it. And people will be amazed, people will be amazed. It's like, how did you know to put it on that spot? I just had a gut feeling or an instinct that that's where it needed to go. You'd be surprised how often you're right on the money. Okay, so tan, so his left is that side, this is the right. So I'm gonna put 2 tan patches on this side.
Okay, you know what? I gotta sit.
You gotta sit?
Yep.
Go ahead, sit down either here, or if the stool is a little bit higher and better for you, so you don't have to go, yeah,
I
whatever.
can't straighten my leg on that stool.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then white on right. Tan on left, white on right, white. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull this down.
Tim, how long ago did you have surgery on your leg?
How long was
On the right one?
Yeah, listening here.
2.5 years now.
Okay.
Wow, so you've been suffering with this, or
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's 2 years too long.
And I had a doctor that screwed up. And so now the doctor is doing, if you're down in Los Angeles, don't go to Kaiser because he's there.
Okay, so then we're gonna put on your right knee.
Left knee.
Yeah, we did his right knee already.
Yeah,
We're gonna
it's
do
Fred
his-
and
his
left.
It's. You guys are paying attention, that's a good thing.
I have a question, does it have any help to eyes?
Say that again?
No,
No, no help for eyes.
Don't be saying no.
So,
ice for me does not work.
Oh, ice.
ice.
Eyes,
She was asking.
eyes.
Okay, so
Eyes. Oh.
got
E-Y-E-S.
the X39, the Eon. And first, you want to pull the energy before we push it to turn off pain receptors. Okay. Okay. Are you feeling a little parched in the mouth still?
No.
No, you're fine? Okay. Okay. Then I want you to just walk over to where that basket of oranges are. Slowly, you don't have to, it's not a speed.
Yep.
And just walk slowly over there. The reason why I'm asking him to walk is because it's gonna move the energy, it gets his circulation going. He did drink some water, that's gonna help keep his proteins not. No lemons? Girl tests.
You just fussy about everything?
Yeah. So if you had to give a number to your pain now, are you noticing any kind of a change yet? Okay, so just, let's give it a little bit of time. We'll check back with you in about 15, 20 minutes. And then just sit down and relax. We'll see how you're doing. All righty. So let's talk about what this technology is, how it works, and what that means for you. So we're gonna start off with X39. So if you look at the bullet points here, I like bullet points because when I first started, talking about the patches with people and learning about the patches myself, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 11 different types of patches. I have to learn and memorize what these 11 different patches do so that I can use them appropriately. They gave me a patch summary sheet with tiny little writing, paragraphs, and I'm like, I still couldn't really tell the difference between one and the other. I'm like, whoa, how do I tell one from the other? And I'm like, okay, I gotta create my own bullet points. And then so I was making my way reading through all 90 scientific research papers, and I created the bullet points, and then I noticed that everybody had the same issue I did. Not to mention, I was still vacillating between two different prescription glasses, neither of which worked very well because my eyesight was, from the injury, because my impact was in the back of my head, my eyesight was not so good. Now I barely wear one pair of glasses, which is a big, huge improvement. So the bottom line is bullet points, makes it easier to read, to understand, and to recall. So we're gonna talk about X39, the mother cell activation patch, and first thing to know is that this patch is the mother cell activation patch. The moment you put that patch on your skin, it's acting like a mirror. And how many of you have noticed that when you stand in front of a mirror, you see your mirror reflection and everything that's in your surroundings also is reflected back? How many have noticed that? Have all of you noticed that? Is anybody or any animal or any object in the universe exempt from being reflected back when you hold a mirror up to it? Any? No, there's no exceptions. No one is so special that they're not gonna be reflected back. Well, guess what? The crystals that are on these patches, the crystals are acting like diamond crystals that, just like when you shine a light on a diamond crystal, the light reflects back to your eyes and you see all the different pretty colors. These crystals are acting like tiny little mirrors. Those little mirrors, little crystals, are programmed with very specific frequencies, and then they're arranged in a very specific geometrical pattern so that the mother cell activation patch activates something called GHKCU copper peptide, which is what activates and turns back on your previously dormant stem cells from conception. So how is that possible? Well, it's possible because back in 1973, that was a long time ago. 1973, there was a Dr. Lauren Picard, not Captain Picard from Star Trek. It was Dr. Lauren Picard. He discovered that when he used GHKCU copper peptide, it was the on switch to turning on your original stem cells. 33% of them automatically turned on. What most of you probably don't know is that you're born with 100% of your stem cells from conception all the way till about you reach the age of 30, which is not that old, but by the time you're 30 years old, 50% turn off just as a function of age. Not because they're damaged, they're not destroyed, they've simply gone to sleep, they're dormant, until you apply a cell activation patch on, and now that's mirroring back your own body's infrared light. And you're going, how do I get infrared light? Well, every single one of us, all mammals, cats, dogs, horses, goats, llamas, alpacas, all mammals, we have light inside of our body. So like when we take our temperature, it's about 98.7 degrees when you touch yourself. It's about 98.6. Some of us are cool, some of us are a little hotter, and we're 98.7. But if we measure the light spectrum of that infrared and near infrared light, it's in that infrared spectrum. That's going to reflect off of this little collection of mirrors that are crystals. And these crystals are organic. So the research papers show that this is an organic crystal nanotechnology that uses photobiomodulation. This ginormous word that just means photo is light, bio, because we're biological beings, right? Modulation means movement and change. So it's using that light to move through our body, and it's applied, they're applied on acupuncture points, traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points, to magnify the effects on the body. The good news is that when you put these patches on, you don't need to know any acupuncture. I've kind of simplified it, made it easy peasy. You just point to the pain and patch it like we did with Tim. Wherever the greatest pain point is, you're going to take X39, that Eon patch, and you're going to put an ice wave, tan on left, white on right, three finger widths to the left or to the right. If it's a smaller area like the foot, like we had a lady who is, see, where is she? Oh, there she is in the back. Yeah, we patched her foot, and obviously your foot, there's not necessarily 3 finger widths to the right or the left from the middle of the foot because it's a small space. It's like, that's a generalization. So basically on the far left of her foot, closer to her pinky toe, I put the tan patch, and the white patch went obviously by the big toe because her greatest pain was between her second and third toe. And that was just yesterday.
That was amazing. I watched that video
Yeah,
last night.
if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I posted it yesterday. You can watch that, and we showed her foot, and your pain level went from what to what? From 6 to nothing, and did it take an hour, 2 or 3?
It was within like 3 minutes.
Like within 3 minutes. And again, you can watch the video, go back and just see the last 2-3 videos were from just yesterday, because we were.
Is that just LilyWalker.com?
No, that's loveandmoneysecretstv.com. Love, L-O-V-E, and money, secrets, TV, on YouTube, okay? You can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lillian. My name is not Liliani, but my middle initial is I, so it looks like Liliani. Lillian, L-I-L-L-I-A-N-I, Walker. You can also text me at this number. This is not connected to a system, so don't think that it's gonna capture your cell and send you a bunch of stuff because it's old school. I have to actually text you.
What was the YouTube again?
So the YouTube is Love and Money Secrets TV, okay?
And anyone that didn't have any way to write that down, just comes back to us,
Yeah.
whoever invited you, and we'll get you
Yeah,
connected.
and they'll get you, and you could always text me or text Jen, Marty, or Kendra, and they'll get you connected. Or if it's Julie that was your, whoever invited you, they'll be able to connect you in that regard. So let's talk again about a third of your genes are turned back on as soon as you put the reflector of light back onto your body. The next thing that happens is that it repairs cellular damage. It's gonna repair at the cellular level the tissues in your body that are damaged. Doesn't matter if it's a nerve, doesn't matter if you have scar tissue like Jen's father who had all that scar tissue that was literally taking the breath of life away from him. Guess what? Those stem cells, that's their job. Their job is to first form you in your mother's womb, and then after it's created every organ and body part, as you either have toxins or you damage it by whatever shape or form, doesn't matter, your stem cells go, we're the construction workers. We were the original the original crew that built the entire house inside and out, forwards and backwards, and now we're the construction workers that do the remodeling to make sure that whatever needs to be patched, whatever maintenance, there's been deferred maintenance because things haven't been repaired for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. They come back in and they do all the patching, and that's why that scar tissue was purged from his body like a toxin. It was through urination, defecation, perspiration, sweat, you poop it out basically in layman's terms, was purged from his body and it was replaced with the original tissue. And so now, that's why he's not lugging around. He probably wouldn't have been here today had he not been patched. He probably would still be tied to that device. But instead, he's free and he's, living a better life, and now things are getting infinitely better. So repairs cellular damage, restores collagen. Collagen is the #1 building block protein of the body. So we think of skin usually about our face, because all of us men and women, you care about how you look. But collagen is the #1 building block protein for skin, inside as well as outside of the body. So it's necessary for cellular repair. So this is gonna restore your collagen levels. Again, it's gonna rebuild scar tissue, replacing scar tissue with the original tissue. Reduce fine lines and wrinkles. The only reason why we have fine lines and wrinkles is because we have oxidative stress. Oxidative stress causes damage, which leaves lines. Guess what? That's gonna disappear because your stem cells, they don't care. We care about how we look. Stem cells don't. They're just like, there's damage there, we gotta repair it, we gotta fix it, we gotta replace it, and there it goes. It's gonna increase your energy. It's going to increase, yes, it's gonna increase your sexual libido, because as it replaces anything that's damaged, you in effect are reverse aging. And we know, how do we know that we reverse age? We know that because we measure it. We actually have, some people will go through their, whoever their doctor is, and they can get a cell blood count with differential, blah, 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 and you can get those tests anywhere. If you don't have a provider that can provide that for you, you can do that through our group as well. We send you to Quest Labs and we measure up to 48 biomarkers, and it'll tell you what your biological age is as opposed to your chronological age. So I have one gal, Ann Ziegenhorn, who's one of my directors in Florida. When she came to me, she had 2.5 weeks to live. She needed a liver transplant. They had ablated, they had killed her left and her right thyroid. She had horrible autoimmune disorder. She had mold throughout her body. She had also silicone poisoning from breast implants. They had removed her breast implants. She was in a terrible mess because when they told her that she needed a liver transplant, that's not enough time to find you a donor. And so she had been watching my videos, and she had actually watched, she said, every single video of mine for the previous 6 months. And as soon as she was told this, she's like, what do I need and how quickly can you overnight the patches to me? So we got her started on the patches. Her biological age, she was disabled for 10 years, but prior to being on the patches, she had had her blood test done, and she had found that her biological age was 67, but her actual chronological age was 52. So she got on the patches, and 4.5 months later, she was back to work, her energy was up, she regrew and regenerated her liver, where she no longer needed a liver transplant. And her doctor was in awe that her left and her right thyroid, as he ultrasounded it, he goes, I can't believe I'm seeing this because this is impossible, but you're regrowing back your thyroid. He's like, and he kept on scanning and scanning and scanning her, and he's like, this is not possible. And she started giggling. And she's like, well, I go back to work on Thursday. And my hands woke up, my feet, because she had her hands, one of the reasons why she had gotten disabled was also not only her low energy and all the inflammation that she had, but her hands and feet were numb. So she could not work as a scrub tech, and she could not work also as, she's also a dental hygienist. Long story short, a year ago, October, she went back to work, and she's back to work as a dental hygienist, and she's the Energizer Bunny. She is like filled with energy. But her biological age, which she just took about 6 weeks ago, is 14 years, 7 months.
14 years.
So she went from a biological age of 67, knocking on death's door, to a biological age of 14 years, 7 months.
Wow.
I was like, that's the youngest. I get the chills every time I say that, because I've never seen anybody reverse age that much.
How long a period of time?
That was, well, her test she just did was 6 weeks ago, so that's 20 months. She started on the patches 20 months ago. 20 months ago. You have a question? Go ahead.
Just ask Julie if I should ask it, because I wasn't sure. So, you're talking about your stem cells back to conception,
From conception, not from birth, yeah.
right? So, if you were conceived by an extremely unhealthy mother, how does that change? How your stem cells are when you were created?
Well, you're a combination of your mother and your father's
Right.
stem cells, and you have your mother, all of it is your mother's mitochondria. You were probably healthy as a young child, so if you were healthy, let's say as a child, like 5, 10 years old, and didn't develop anything until you were 12 or 15 years old, or maybe it didn't happen until you're 30, 40 or more, then since you were fine early on, that is gonna suggest that your original DNA is fine to reset you to the healthiest state that you were at a younger age. So you should,
As a child,
I'm sorry?
if you were sick as a child.
So that's a great question, because I actually had, I was blessed and very fortunate that one of my very dear friends, one of my best friends, her and her 3 kids were horribly ill when they started on the patches. Jake and Grace were both born with spherocytosis, which they had been told was a genetic disorder. Now, before I move on, I'm gonna say, I gotta give you a disclaimer, because we don't make any medical claims. We do not treat, cure, heal, diagnose, nor do we offer protocols. We have recommendations, and we can advise you where to put the patches, but only pharmaceuticals, because of those terms of treat, cure, heal, diagnose, and protocols, that's all owned by pharmaceutical companies, and so only pharmaceuticals can do any of those things. But we can recommend and advise you, or give you what, if you wanna be very doctor-like, you can call it a Veritas Concilium, which is just a true plan of action. It's just a recommendation as to where to put the patches on, which is what we're doing here today. And as far as that goes, now that we have the disclosures all taken care of, let's get back to the story of the spherocytosis, because that's a very serious, very rare blood disorder, and both of them were born with that. So they were told from the day that they were born, they were diagnosed with spherocytosis, and every single month of their entire, for Jake it was 21 years, for Grace it was 25 years of their life, every single month they were in the hospital. They had a highly specialized and sensitive diet where it had to be dairy-free, whey-free, gluten-free, peanut-free, sugar-free, had to be organic and clean, and any tiny little deviation, even without deviating, they would still end up in the hospital every single month of their entire lives, until they started on the patches 3 years ago, May. And when they started on the patches, well, Grace was resistant at first because she's very cerebral and very techie, and she's like, those little Band-Aid sticker things, it's like, that's a joke, that can possibly work. It's like, I don't know what you two are thinking, but that's absolutely absurd, is what she said to them. And so Jake and April had autoimmune disorder. She had lupus, she had Lyme, she had long haulers COVID, and she had horrific rheumatoid arthritis, which is also an autoimmune disorder. And she was on a ton of different meds and was still in terrible pain, despite the fact that she had all those meds. And she happened to be a blood specialist where she teaches and trains people how to read your blood reports and all that to large groups and so forth. Long story short, so they got on the patches in May. In August, Jake went back to college. He was in the men's golf team. And when he came home in December, so April, just to keep track, April, 2 months later, she was out of pain, couldn't believe it. She was like, everything was pretty much clearing up, including the long haulers COVID. Jake, when he came back home in December, April goes, Jake, are you still eating clean? And sheepishly, he's like, well, Mom, actually, to tell you the truth, not really. Because when I go to the golf tournaments with the guys, we go to the 19th hole and we have beer and pizza, and come to find out, I actually like Chick-fil-A. And I like Chick-fil-A, and my body doesn't have any kind of reaction. I've been fine since last summer, so I can do anything. I'm like totally fine. So I've had the good fortune I've been able to travel with, because we've traveled all over the world, and Jake is like totally fine. He's in chiropractic school now. So fast forward about 1.5 years later. So poor Grace, this is the path that she had to go through. She was home with COVID for the 6th time, still suffering with spherocytosis, witnessing this transformation of her mother and brother, and had been resistant until for the 6th time she's missing work. She's sicker than a dog, miserable that she has COVID for the 6th time. Meanwhile, her mother is in Costa Rica having a blast on vacation because she's completely healthy and wealthy, I might add. And Jake is at school now, in chiropractic school, having a blast. He doesn't have all the issues that she once shared with him. Now she's the only one in the family that's unhealthy. And she thought to herself, why am I doing this? This is the 6th time that I have COVID, and Mom's in Costa Rica having a blast, having a great time, no longer suffering with all this stuff. What am I doing? I gotta start using these patches. So she called her mom. She's like, I wanna get on the patches. And then the magic happened for her, because no one is so special. It's just like a mirror. You hold up a mirror. No one is so special that you're not gonna see your reflection back in the mirror. So no one is so special. You put a patch on, this doesn't work. You have to put it on, and then you have to drink the water. Water is very important, because when your body is dehydrated, things in the body shrink, including proteins. Proteins fold when you're 2% or more dehydrated. And when those proteins fold, let me ask you, would you be able to feed yourself if you were folded in half? No. Would you be able to drink water, have water go against gravity and go down your esophagus? No. You wouldn't be able to dress yourself, you couldn't feed yourself, you couldn't go to the bathroom. You really would be incapacitated. Same is true for proteins. When proteins fold, that's the beginning of dysregulation of one or more systems of the body, and things start to break down. So you just gotta drink the water, because we're primarily water. Our DNA, doesn't matter if you're at conception or you're close to the finish line, your DNA is 92% water. Think about that for a second. The primary thing that makes up your DNA, it's water, 92% water. So when you start to get dehydrated, you're putting your DNA in compromise, because your proteins are gonna wanna fold. When you get to 8% dehydration, your DNA, and I have slides, like if you watch my YouTube channel, you'll see pictures of that. Your DNA at 8% starts to unravel at just 8% dehydration. That is scary, my friends and gems. You're seeing your DNA unravel at 8%. You might want to start drinking 50% your weight in fluid ounces of water. 10% dehydration, you can't think, because your brain is hydrophilic. It's a water-loving organ. And when you are at 10% dehydration, those neurons can't pass the electrolytes to make the connections, so you can't think, so you literally lose your mind. 12%, the Grim Reaper has pulled you out of your body, because game over, you're dead at 12% dehydration. 12%, that's it.
So wild.
It is pretty wild, and that's why I'm kind of, the water police is telling people, you gotta drink, I don't care, but you don't start on the patches, fine, don't do anything else but start to drink good water, and drink 50%, work your way up, do whatever you have to, because you need that to detox and for your body to run properly, that is like foundational, okay? So, let's get back over here. When you are, reversed age, of course, what young people have good sexual libido. Everything is moving and grooving the way it's supposed to, right? So you have increased sexual libido. You have an increase in antioxidants, anti-aging, anti-inflammation. So your anti-inflammatories go up to take care of that. You've got pain relief anywhere from 50 to 100%, and you have improved sleep. The patches are going to induce a deeper state of sleep. REM sleep, because that's what's required to activate and turn on a third of your previously dormant stem cells. We have 10 other patches. We have bullet points for all of them, because I created them. So get back to whoever invited you to this event. They will send you the bullet points. You can obviously take a picture of this, but we'll send you the bullet points of all 11 patches. You don't need to figure out who, what, why, where, when. That's what we're here for. There's Jen, Marty, Kendra, Tasha, Julie, whoever it was who invited you to this. If they just got started, they have access to us. And you're not limited to us either. Dr. Stacy and I, we have the largest, and this is our team, we have the largest group of physicians, doctors, holistic care practitioners. I mentioned earlier Dr. James Caneller, brilliant mind. Just to kind of give you a little flavor, because I'm not going to go through everybody's credentials, but I'm very excited about, he's been on our team for 3 years. He is somebody who started off as a biomedical engineer, so he understands applied physics. Then he became a PhD in pharmacology, so he knows about all the chemicals and the synthetics that are in the medicines that Big Pharma puts into them, and he knows how it works biophysiologically in the body, because he has a biomedical engineering degree. And then he became a cardiologist, so he's an MD. And then he got a PhD in electrophysiology, okay?
Had a lot of spare time.
Yeah, he's passionate about the electrical conductivity of the heart, and so he understands applied physics. Most doctors don't have a physics background, by the way, like engineers do, but most doctors don't. But some doctors realize that they have to, we have a lot of doctors who have added PhDs in integrative medicine, like Dr. Stacy, she's an integrative medicine and a functional medicine double PhD. Everybody seems to have 1, 2, or 3 PhDs or more, plus an MD or many different medical certifications. So you have access to that entire group of knowledge and experience and wherewithal. You're the fastest and the largest growing elite group within this over $500 million company that's in 82 countries. So you have landed at the right time, at the right place with the right people. So I want to, by a show of hands, who here has pain? Raise your hand if you have pain right now. Okay, everybody raise your hand. Okay.
Miss Lillian.
Okay, so you're gonna be next, but I want to find out, of those of you who have pain, I want those of you who have a pain level from 5 to 10 to raise your hand. Okay, so if you have a pain level of 5 or more, I want you to create a line over here, and then I'd like for Marty and for Jen and Julie, we're gonna have you first, and you're gonna be second, because you have pain above a 5. Yeah, so we're gonna start with the gentleman with the hat, and then you with the burgundy. Yeah, so just go ahead, and then I need both Marty and Jen, you're gonna help me with getting people patched. We're going to have them, we're gonna have him, I'll patch him, and then you can patch her, and we'll take two or 3 at a time. So we're gonna. So we have to have them point to the worst pain in the body first, and then we're gonna apply X39 on that. So X39, and then you're gonna be on her, and then an ice. Okay, where's your worst? Is it your right right, your left foot does first. Right, so yeah, so if we can, under your chair, yeah, can you bring the stool over here and we'll just have to sit on the stool? And then we're gonna need you to take your shoe off.
Begin with. No, no, you hang on. I can take off. I got it for you. I think it's okay. Take it a step further. Water. Why?
Yes, yes, yes. So where's the worst pain? So we're gonna take 39 and we're gonna put it right on the bumper he has pain. As long as it's not an open wound, you can point and catch it. If it's an open wound, you put it right next to it. Of course. Actually, the patches work systemically, so they're gonna repair everything in the body, even though like right now we're focusing on this foot. Even though we're focusing on his foot, it's still gonna repair everything. If he has an issue with his liver or an issue with his heart, even though it's on his foot, it's gonna repair that first, and then this is gonna be secondary, giving more energy. Unless you can live without it, but you can't live without it. So that's how the patches are gonna What was your pain level before we started patches? Do you notice a change so far? Okay, so let me see. Yeah. So I'm gonna want you to get a glass of water, but I want you to sit here for a second. Let me see if I can find.
Get in line and have.
Can I get someone to get a glass of water? And then come back, because I want the circulation, but I want you to drink the water first. And then, she's gotten taken care of, then we'll do your So give her a second to come back to set Yeah, so you're gonna Okay, so take your walk to the oranges and then walk back. Yeah, Yeah, so right on your chest. So if you want to, X 39, right on your sternum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put your knee up, and then also balances your
It's right here. You can come over here and see it. That's the X39.
Yes, Jim. I didn't realize you were having any problem.
Well, when I mentioned it, that's the first row.
In the next 5 to 6 years, you will be surprised. It really is. And then you have 2 ice cream. We had Keith yesterday had that problem. He doesn't have it anymore. Pain is down, but it takes time to repair also. So you just have to be very conscious of So do you have
But you know, you
I didn't realize you were having
I just appreciate you calling. Yes. Okay. Yeah, get it together. So how are you? That's awesome. So Tim, how are you again? What's your
So everyone, I just wanted to kind of give you an update. Tim was the first person that we patched,
and your pain level, you said was a 7 or 8? And now, what's your pain level?
Maybe 1.
It's maybe a 1,
Like,
and the stinging
the
is gone.
stinging is completely gone.
First time in 10 years he has it.
so where did you have the pain? I didn't
My
know.
feet,
In his foot.
Oh, right in your
Yeah,
feet?
you can even see the redness still.
Yeah,
in that bump
for
area, which is
sure.
very painful for him. So
That's amazing. Wow,
hasn't been that long.
pretty exciting.
it's like,
It's really
yeah.
cool.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and patch your foot with X39.
What type of pain do you have?
I just started random pockets. I had my lateral funny and I can't bend them at all. And then I have 2 screws stick to the jaw, and then they had to release my fascia tendon here. And they cut all my bones. That's past menopause,
So the great thing about the patches is that your bone density will regenerate and it will increase. And so those screws, there is a potential where those screws, your body will detox from them and gently dissolve them and release them. So It's like, it's incredible. It's not an absolute guarantee, there are no guarantees, but I've seen it happen. So it is possible. So, and it takes time, but at least you won't have different experience. So,
The prosperity right now is just big. Francis will give me like
so I'm gonna ask you to walk over there and let us some water. And then, in about 5 or 10 minutes, what was your pain level before I touched you now?
It's about a 6.
About a 6? Okay. So walk over there, get some water, and then I'll call you back up in about 10 minutes. And we'll see where you are from the 6. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and come over there with you? Isha. Nice to meet you, Isha. Okay, so what's your name? 7 and 8. Yeah, so we're just gonna walk around. Also, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, if you're a practitioner and are interested in getting trained in this technology, we're going to have another event on the 11th, and we'll do on-the-job hands training. So we'd love to see you. Reach out to Marti, to Kendra, Nurse Jordan. Reach out to us. You've got me here. You can reach out to me, and we'd love to see you here on the 11th. Come in, and we'll train you on how to do it. Okay. Yeah, this is okay, so is it okay? I always like to ask some people. Like 9 out of 10 people. So where's the first thing? Oh, you said it. You said it was I don't know. Yeah, where's the first thing? It's the hip. Yeah, so because I need to be able what you're gonna notice. So then I want you to walk over there, grab a glass of water, the water, and then you're gonna walk back and you're gonna stand next to her over here. And watch her. Just like your pain level was a 7 or 8. 7 and 8? 7, 8, sometimes 8. Okay, well, we'll see what it is in 10 or 15 minutes or maybe less, okay? Yeah. All right, your next sit down. What's your I specialize in it takes time. Everything takes time. You have to
This is Cheryl, this is Frank, this is Tasha.
Hey, I know you. How are you? Good to see you. I'm Steven, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Just make sure that we're not sending her back. Why don't you go ahead and sit down
Explain what you're getting Did you bring your babies?
They're here.
They're over there. They're there. The little girl with the pink sweater, and then there's the littlest. He's only like 2 or 3.
And he's gonna need energy.
Oh, so Jackie was my roommate at the camp.
Every time we take a podcast, and Tracy will have one full amount of water. Yeah, and the sauce. So for your live, it sounds like your eyes are bigger issue than this.
So I'm moving right now.
Anaheim has the same
There's some. 50% or 50%. That's valid. A lot of people get the package pack because it's 50%. So once you walk over there, grab it. Water,
Just sip it.
Okay, walk over there, get some water, drink it, and then stand in the back here, and I'm gonna check for you in about 10 minutes. Okay, what's your name? Rick, thank you, Rick.
Let's follow Marty.
So I'm gonna make an announcement. Okay, I'm gonna make an announcement. We're gonna, everyone here, we're gonna make sure that everyone who has pain before you leave, we'll make sure that you get patched. However, I want to take a little break here. Hello?
Yo!
We're gonna, I just want to make a little announcement here because I want to make sure you guys all know everyone who has pain, we will patch you before you leave so that you experience this life-saving technology. But I just wanted to touch upon two things. One thing is, for those of you who decide to get started today, we have a promo that's going on the advanced and the premium pack. The advanced pack, you save 30%. The premium pack, you save 50%. So the advanced pack, that's the first month of patches. Normally you get three bonus sleeves with that. You're going to get 5 that will be shipped with your initial order. So if you need Ice Wave, you need Energy Enhancer, those will be free in your advanced pack. If you do the premium pack, then you will pay for 3 months. You get 2 months bonus free, and that gives you a 50% savings. For those of you who get started today, you see either Marty, Kendra, the person who invited you here, and then let me know, because if we have a filled out order form, then you will leave here today with an additional energy enhancer. So I have several that I brought here for you, so I just need to know that you got started today, see your paperwork, and then we will give you that free energy enhancer so that you will start off today with energy enhancers. A little bit about the pricing, the 39 and 49, just to keep the math easy, we'll just focus on these two for right now, because I am a big proponent of the Fantastic Five to take care of the primary systems of the body. This is $149, it's $5 a patch a day. So 5 times 30 is it's basically $150, because they're $149.99. So just these two patches, 39 and 49, that would be $300 if you went straight to the website. However, because you're here today, you get Dr. Wholesale pricing, which gives you 30% off. So on the advanced pack, this drops to $100, but you're getting 5 free supportive patches. That's almost $500 of free product. It's pretty amazing that that's even available. And you'll leave here today, when you do that, you will get the free energy enhancer, which is what I'm wearing here on my left wrist and my right wrist. That's energy enhancer. You will leave here today with energy enhancers so that you can apply those today or first thing tomorrow morning, okay? So,
Probably tomorrow.
yeah, probably tomorrow.
You probably don't want to
Yeah,
jack up your energy today, right?
yeah, because it's already late in the day, so you want to have the full benefit of 12 hours of, and that energy enhancer, just so you know what energy enhancer, because yes, it enhances energy.
Hey!
But it does 2 other important things. In addition to enhancing your energy, it improves your heart rate variability. That means it makes your heart more elastic so it doesn't get stuck idling high or it doesn't get stuck idling low. It makes it more elastic so that it will respond and go fast when you need it to, when you're running all of a sudden, and then when you stop, it'll, like a rubber band, come back down to where it's supposed to, okay? So that's your heart rate variability?
So is that kind of like if you start getting breathless, just doing?
Yeah, just, it will help, yeah, because that's your heart's inefficiency, that's why you're getting breathless. So it improves heart rate variability and it improves your lymphatic system, okay? If your energy's fine and you know that your lymphatic system is fine and you know that your heart rate variability is fine, you may be like me, where I was like, I don't have issues with any of those three things, but you can't get yesterday back. And I had already suffered 5 years of not having full memory and all these other things from my bus accident, because I got hit by a bus just 3 blocks shy of finishing a 16-mile bike ride. So I wanted my body to repair as quickly as possible. So I still wear energy enhancer, just like our scientist, who's totally healthy. He wears 2 sets, I wear 1 set, because I wanted the energy to move quicker, more expeditiously through my body. And it worked because between the 3rd and 4th week, I got all my short-term memory back better than it has ever been in my entire life, okay? So with that being said, we can continue and resume the patching. I just wanted to make that announcement. Thank everybody for being here.
We need to do some drawings.
And yeah, this is a perfect time to do some drawings. If you want to sit here, and we will. So it's going to repair anxiety.
Did you find out the information on the employee?
Some cells are smart cells. So it's going
All lowercase for medical. Okay, cool. Got it. Hey. Your hands are cold. Yeah, I got it.
So get back to Marti and so these apparatus that you started, whoever started him, get your paperwork filled out, it's just like Randy. He's ready to get started at Randy's. So he started.
Not yet. That's different. That's my Hey guys, everyone got their tickets? All right.
Listen up, everybody.
All right, so what's first? Okay. So real quick, guys.
We're gonna do a drawing.
Everyone get ready. So, what Lillian, did you mention about the peptide that X39 increases, right? What is it called?
GHKCU.
GHKCU, which is a copper peptide, right?
It's your X39 is GHKCU, X49 is AHKCU, similar copper peptide, yeah.
Okay, so what we thought would be kind of fun, because you know there's different ways that you can raise the copper in your body, right? Do you know that there's food sources of copper? Almonds. Oh, did somebody say chocolate?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Do you guys know about a place called Annabelle's? Okay.
I had one last night, it was so
I
good.
bought her some. So she doesn't have Annabelle's by where she's at. She's from SoCal, but we love her anyway. So first prize is gonna be a gift certificate for Annabelle's, so you can get some of your copper on, right? In a delicious way. So you can tell everyone it's for my health. Like, it's for your health.
Our scientist, David Schmidt, says have a little square of chocolate every night before you go to sleep. That's your source of copper.
And so, doctor's orders. And so when you have copper, a sufficient amount of copper in your system, the X39 patches work even better. Okay? All right, so the winner of this first certificate.
You guys ready? So I'm just gonna do the last four numbers. Last four numbers. 6008. Right there? All right. Very good.
Okay, so, but you have to say life way. That was awesome. Okay. And what's up next? And then, oh, the honey. Oh, honey. So someone was gracious and provided us with some honey from, what is it, Somerset Farm?
Raise your hand, you guys.
Who brought the honey?
Who brought the honey?
Oh, thank you. Okay, so this is a local honey? A local? Beekeepers. That's beautiful. This is beautiful. So the next prize is gonna be this honey, okay? Who wants to win some beautiful local honey? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Honey is so good for you. I'm gonna have to hit you up after. Okay, ready? Last four is 6032. 6032. Oh, congratulations. Awesome. You're gonna say LifeWave woohoo. LifeWave woohoo. All right, what do you got next? What are these? What are these? I don't know what those are. What are these? Somebody? Oh. Somebody.
I don't know how I.
That'll wake you up. I'm not sure who else.
Jen?
What are these?
Oh, what is this out front?
Sleep? Sleep and heal?
Okay, so these are flower essences. So
Oh.
they boost the energy of the flower. They're extremely powerful. They work like homeopathy does. So you could, slug the whole bottle if I could hurt you, whereas essential oils, you're a little more careful. So the sleep one really is this, sleep, so use it as directed on there. She loves it. You know win it. A couple squirts under your tongue. And then the other one is heal. It's magenta self-healer. It actually improves the energy of the flowers. It's a whole kind of different flower combination that lets your body heal on the energetic, spiritual, and physical level. They're powerful and amazing. That's what those are.
Flower essences.
That was a short one.
This is really cool.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
Miss Jen.
All right, so this one is the one, this is the heal one. Flower.
6037. Like Pratt.
LifeWave.
All right, very good.
When did this start? Oh. Yes. And so Jen's mom, right there, where's Jen's mom? Jen's mom raises alpacas and she has an alpaca store. She doesn't sell alpacas in the store, she sells alpaca stuff. And so she has generously donated a beautiful alpaca scarf. Okay, perfect day for it, right? All right, who's gonna be bathed in warmth and alpaca luxury? 6011. 6011. Congratulations. All right. Let's do our next flower. She's not lying. It really was her. It really was her. Yes. All right, okay. Next flower essence for sleep.
Oh my God, same.
All right, for sleep, you guys ready? 6028.
Right here.
Barbara. Barbara. Congratulations, Barbara. All right. Next Annabelle. Oh, wait, we've got another Annabelle. Okay. Another Annabelle, so, all right, ready? Next one for Annabelle's chocolate, 6006. What? Okay, let's do Nurse Jen.
Just what I need.
Okay, so next up, Nurse Jen Jordan has provided a basic health scan. She has this amazing machine, it's called a time waver, that does DNA frequency scanning.
It'll show me what's been going on since you were inside your mother's uterus.
Well, thank you for that technical. Okay, so DNA frequency scanning, it's very cool. She can diagnose, well, can you diagnose? No.
I do not diagnose, treat all the blah, blah, blah things at all, but I do let you know what's wrong with your body.
And she goes deep, let me tell you. Okay, this is a $295 value for this.
And it's awesome.
So it's, yeah, I've had it done, my husband, it's great. Okay, so whoever wants to be amazed and horrified at the same time.
Made aware.
Made aware. All right, ready? This is the big one. 6027.
Oh, you want
So you looked at me first, why is that?
Oh,
You
wow.
said
She
horrified.
was holding John. So, all right.
What is it?
John wants a
I
nurse
should be
Jen.
horrified, I don't know.
Marty, I will scan it, I have my time waiter here today, whoever one, I will scan them in.
Okay, so John and or Barbara, whoever of you is gonna use whichever one, okay, she will scan you in today. So she does the DNA frequency scanning. She has the machine here, so you guys need to see that. And it's a fascinating thing anyway, so you do need to talk with her. And what's interesting is she is part of her, suggestions when things come up is the patches. So she helps dial that in for repair and, all the different things, oils, all the natural things, okay? Because we're getting more that way, right, guys?
Yes.
So she has some great recommendations with natural supplements and the whole thing, so.
Everything I recommend is natural. The only time I've actually had to go to pharmaceuticals is because my clients were physicians. And they insisted on.
They insisted.
on.
All right, so if you don't insist on pharmaceuticals,
We do not.
all right, so last one? Okay, I'm talking, sorry. Good. Okay, all right.
Do you want to go?
Okay, so Kendra's gonna explain this amazing gift from Essential Oil Marketplace.
By the way, hi everybody, if I haven't met you yet, we have the shop next door, the Essential Oil Marketplace, so please come visit us. We have snacks. One thing I want to bring out today with the glutathione, why couldn't I remember that word? I don't know. If you guys have been using the glutathione patch, you guys know master antioxidant, right? Incredible. I feel like we have unlocked the code here with the glutathione, and we do ionic foot baths. You will see junk roll out of you that you don't even want to know about. So, yes, if you're doing the glutathione patch, and we have the foot baths, we have, you can either do them here, we have the water, we can put your feet in today, if you guys want to experience that. Or if you wanted to buy a machine and do it at home, like your Sunday thing, we're doing 10% off today. So, for the machine. So, very powerful, you will detox, and then you'll be like new, we're all gonna be rich and skinny, right?
Yeah, you should all be doing an ionic foot bath at least once a month. So you can talk to Kendra about maybe getting, like, maybe you could get a year's worth of ionic foot baths where you come into the shop. And I know you have a discount for that, so see her about that. It's one of those things that as a regular routine maintenance, you should be pulling those toxins out of the bottom of your feet at least once a month or more. So.
Yeah.
I bought one 2 weeks ago when I was here. I'm like, I gotta let you guys know, all the other ionic foot baths that I've seen are about $2,000.
Yes, that's right.
1,500, 1,400 I think is the lowest, and one would give me a discount to 13. Hers is $595,
$597 and then 10% off.
so that's like basically $500.
What did I say, 10% off, sorry.
Yeah, 10% off, so it's basically $500. So it's an incredible deal, it works super well. I travel with it, because yes, I brought it with me.
Good girl.
Because I wanted to do a foot bath this weekend as well. So I just want to let you know, it is really fantastic, so it's a great value.
Thank you, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, no, it's like part of the, just like you take vitamins, you eat food, you drink good water, you patch, you should be adding ionic foot
And with the glutathione, it's.
And I don't make any money off of whatever sessions, I just want you guys to know, I'm just recommending it, like I recommend so many other things that I don't make money on. I just know that it's foundational to your health and well-being, so you need to know. So, and then it's your choice to do it or not.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much. Your last name?
Davy,
Spell it.
D-A-V, like Victor, Y. D-A-V-Y, like Davy Crockett,
Got it, thank you.
yeah. Yeah,
I was just gonna say that the foot bath pulled a tick out of my daughter's foot.
I have pictures too.
I was there.
Pull the tape out of your daughter's foot.
yes.
I wasn't, if all of us weren't there, we wouldn't have believed.
We saw it.
Wow.
Yeah, we were
No, I
like,
didn't even know it was there then.
what?
Yeah, she's here, yeah. There she is, Emma, raise your hand. Where's Emma? There she is. Oh, right there, her foot. It was like, can we talk about my foot? All right, okay, let's get back to this. So this is a box of items from our shop, so we've got all kinds of oils, fun stuff, I'll tell you how to use it. So this is our shop box. All right,
Okay, and the winner of the shop box is 6036.
oh, Sasha! Well, there you go. Congratulations. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm saying,
And I think that's it for our drawing today.
So that's gonna have to wait till mine.
We're gonna check back in with everybody that we had with. So once Lillian is done here. So, those of you that got patched, how are you doing? And Amy?
So, you already on the patch?
Get it.
Okay, so Amy, she had dental implant surgery a few days ago, and she was in really bad pain, so we did X39, Eon, and Ice Wave. One on each side, okay, like we were doing here. And she, her pain level, it was about a 6, it was a 6, it's down to 0 now. Wow. Okay, and it's just a matter of a few minutes, okay?
Marty, yes?
Oh, yes. Good, you're good?
Pretty tall, 2 years now, I've had that pain.
Wow.
I've never been able to
10
alleviate
years?
it.
10 years you've had that pain? Okay, on this foot, you've had pain for 10 years, and it's down to 0 now? Down to 0 now? All right, so before everybody wanders out, okay, are you? Okay, thank you, honey. Are you doing better? Okay, doing great. Okay, so we finished the drawings and we're checking in with people, so before we do that, can we all give Lillian a hand for being here? And you all have, please get back with the person who invited you. If you're interested in getting these patches, getting them on your body, they're not gonna help you unless you get them going, right? And so rule of thumb, for every decade of age, plan on 1 month, okay, minimum. So if you're 60, that's 6 months. This isn't like you put on one patch and woo, everything's amazing.
We can get your pain levels down.
Get paid.
You need to repair.
Okay, so get with the person who invited you and finish this up. He's down to 0 up here.
Oh my gosh, who is, Tim?
No, that's John.
Oh, John back there.
Yes.
You're down to a 0? Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Who invited you. There's snacks over there and carry on. Okay.
So just bring that down. I
Marty.
Yes.
I always find Actually, Chuck, okay, all right.
You got a bunch of patches on.
Yeah, you do the one for inflammation. And then the next
49. That's not.
Things coming out of your feet.
It's right about here on the left side. Left side.
I'm being called.
How long did you leave the patches on?
Leave the patches on 12 hours on, so you basically run these overnight to 2 hours after you get out. Whatever time you
As soon as I get up in the morning. We already drank some.
Yeah, because you understand.
I'll play.
So where's your restroom right now? Right before the yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it kind of feels like it,
I think so. They're really going fast.
I would take your X39 and an Eon, point to where it's probably in the middle of the arch. So you're gonna put 39 and Eon there, and then you're gonna tear one side of the foot, and the other side of the foot, both sides of the foot,
Well, if I'm not careful, I'll just pop them off.
So what is the female presentation? Okay, fantastic. So why don't you bring them over here and then you can come forward. So I don't know.
If I had to, it's a threshold for my difference, right? So this I can play she won't let me fly. One of those labs,
I know that's the way, sometimes the people that are
it's crowded. That's why they.
well, that's right. She's a fantastic vibe. She's got cancer. She's getting what type of cancer do you have? I need to tell her. So you started to pay for 3 months? Yeah, you pay for 3 months, but they bonus you 2 months. That's your bonus. Okay. So it's like $12 for 3 products. It's like, so it's a 50% off. Okay, so next year. Which is pretty serious. So he has cardiac issues. That's why he has vascular. So we're gonna try and check where would he do? So I looked at all this, I looked at the tried to find right on my heart. Put them all together on his heart and attach them so that you're gonna just have a piece of overlap, but the circles, and white circles don't touch. And you can do X39, X49, X36, it's a circle, and then you put it right over the heart. He has low blood pressure, he has high blood pressure, he has bradycardia where his heart will speed up and then stop beating. That will go like probably the first, sometimes in the first day, 10-15 minutes. I've had quite a few people that said that the first day was done in 10 minutes. So that will take care of the IQ because your heart is connected to your brain. The only part of your brain that's not inside your skull is back. So he has a circulatory issue. That's why he has a vascular. Everybody got it.
Very, very happy about So last time.
It was louder today. I would do a fantastic fun because you have tinnitus. That people don't realize that. It's also includes the indicator that you're going to have not only cognitive language, you're going to have as it goes untreated and it doesn't get in your hair, it just gets, there's one right now. So it's one of those things where these are systemic, so it's not and it takes time, but tinnitus, I don't know how long it takes. For me, that was like, well, I was sleeping right away when I got on the practice. But I can't really say, I had such more severe things. For me, the neck pain was excruciating, the back pain was excruciating, my brain damage, that was like the number one thing I got together. All my memory back, right? And 100% not just recover, but it's more than 100% because it's better than it's ever been my entire life. That's because the data I had eye surgery, so I was put on anesthetics. I was in the hospital for 4 to 5 so all my schooling, I never had to go to my why am I never there? I remember I was at a seminar 2.5 months ago. They talked about this earlier. Here's she's over there talking. You pull your calculator out and do square root of 2. I still remember the number. 1.41. Do I need that? I remember that. It was the calculation I know that because my original training so like for the tinnitus, I would I have 5 of them back, and then I have energy enhancer here to make it work faster. Because I have some hours I can energy. But if you have low energy, here at this speed, I just I'm 5 years and not having I can't get those 5 years, so I want to be back here on February 11th. I will be back here, so everybody, January
That is dangerous. That is true.
I'll probably come back to that probably 2025.
Thank you so much.
What was your
Find out what she has. John.
You're in the camera.
I'm going to,
Is that still?
I don't know if you,
A very
I don't know. Yeah, it is still live. Okay. Fantastic.
What's the second?
What's the question? John, I patched him with X39, X49, and then double ice wave, 10 on left and ice wave.
Okay, 3949 double ice wave.
Ice wave, no, it was 39 Eon, and then 2 ice wave on the left and 2 white ice wave on the right.
Okay, so Beyond at 39 and two. And then also, what do we do if someone's paying cash?
Someone's paying cash? Then you have to put your card number in if they're paying cash, and then you'll have to ask them to put a card in, for their subscription.
So he has the question.
Okay, so he's got some questions. What are your questions?
I have some questions, yes. So the X39 is the all-in-one solution that energizes a long list of things.
So if you look at the Fantastic Five, X39 makes 20%. It actually, you should say it's more than 20%. If you look at 5, it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That makes 100%. But X39 is the mother stem cell activation patch. The daughter stem cell activation patch, you really have to put it on too, because that increases lean muscle mass and strength, and it increases your bone density, because all mammals are, bones become more porous as we age, but it's the only patch that will protect you from electromagnetic frequencies. We don't get that with the mother cell activation. So that's why David and those come together, they're bundled, where instead of 149 retail, because you're being put on a doctor wholesale pack, you'll get them to start off with, it'll drop down each to $100. Then next month, it drops down to $179 for those two, 39 and 40.
Right.
And then you have the supportive patches, which is glutathione, carnosine, and eon. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead.
So you had mentioned 2 packages when you were marketing.
Yes, so that's this pack. This you can get the Fantastic Five with this, and then this is the first month.
Right.
And then the second month, so the premium pack, you pay for 3 months, but they actually bonus you 2.5 months worth of patches. So instead of just getting 19 or 20 sleeves here, because we don't like the algorithm, you actually get patches, which is pretty incredible. So you'll have 5 months of the Fantastic Five, and if you have pain, you can get 5 ice waves. If you have a little pain, not a lot, then you can get a month. You can get 2 ice wave and then 3 energy enhancers, or any 5 supportive patches. Do you have pain?
Not much anymore.
Not much?
No.
Okay, so then I would get 2 ice wave, and then I would get energy enhancer to be your free supportive patches with the premium pack. And then I can mark that. I can help you mark the form once he enters. This is the information, and then once you fill that information, come back to me, and I'll give you an energy enhancer since it's getting started today.
Okay, so that's it, the energy enhancer.
So that'll give you a free energy. So you're going to get an extra energy enhancer because you're going to leave today with an energy enhancer because you got started today.
That answers my question. Thank you.
Good. I'm wondering, I'm kind of talking with, was talking to Marty a little bit, but I have a son who's been getting migraines since a concussion. And so I'm wondering how I would patch. I've tried X39 just on him by itself a little bit, but I'm wondering, I saw you did a pain protocol on my mom with her jaw. Am I putting glue on their head?
So X39 here, and then what you're going to do is, because he has migraines, migraines are horrible. My daughter used to have 60 migraines. It was debilitating.
Sorry,
I got her from 6 migraines a month down to 3 mild headaches till she has 0 now. So what you're going to do is you're going to put X39 on his neck bump. Because he has a migraine, you're going to take ice wave and you're going to put a tan on left, white on right. Do you have, you're getting started today?
Yeah.
So you're going to...
On his left, right? His left?
On his left. Yeah, tan on left, white on right. So I'm going to give you that. So he doesn't have to go another day with migraines. No one should have to live in pain.
Yeah, and okay, perfect.
So put these on him as soon as you get home.
Does he have one right now? No, not necessarily. I'll wait. I'll see what he has.
So this on his
Should
neck.
we just start it on him until he, just wait till he gets one, right?
Yeah, so this is gonna go on his neck flap, tan on left, white on right. 100% of everybody I've patched in the US and in Europe. People with like cluster migraines.
That's what I was gonna say too. My husband's been getting cluster ones. So is Taylor. So they're
I'll give you two.
And
They both.
his thing is he'll fall asleep for 10 minutes and then he'll get a 3-hour migraine. Yeah. And he can't take, nothing takes it off. Like he's been overdosing on things.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh, his kidneys.
That's the one I use. So it's like he'll have 2 weeks of it, right? Around the
Okay,
same.
so for your son and for your husband, and they're going to be patched the same. X39 on the neck, and then tan on left, white on right. The bizarrest thing is like 2-3 minutes later, and then make them drink water, and make them walk 50 yards and come back. And then people always have the same look. I don't care what country you're from. They're always like, they're like, where did my headache go? I go, can it work that fast? And I'm like, yeah. They're always looking for the headache out yonder, and it's the funniest thing. And they're like, what is in that? I go, there's no medicine. It's your body. This is the on button. That's it.
So and then
for your husband,
and then
for
they're
your
leaving them on until they go to bed or until.
So you're gonna put them on to first thing. Okay, so this is the thing. Before they go to bed, take off X39. They can wear Ice Wave 24 hours till the next morning.
Okay.
So you can wear that from until the following morning. Ice Wave for the first 30 days that you're on the patches, Ice Wave can be worn up to 24 hours. I read that in one of the studies.
Wow, okay. Ice Wave can be worn up to 24 hours. We're taking
The first 30 days, yeah.
taking the so taking the X39 off.
Yeah, just take, after 12 hours, just take X39 off, and then leave Ice Wave on for the remaining 12 hours.
And then in theory, we're getting to a point where we don't have these anymore, right? They're just maintaining with like X39.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Put a little Ziploc
Oh,
bag.
thank you so much. That's really nice of you. We'll try them out.
So make sure they're drinking water.
Yeah, that's what she
Like,
said,
that's
and
the
make sure
biggest
they
thing.
walk, right? So.
And the salt.
You invited her?
No, she's a leader with me at doTERRA.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she's getting started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta figure out, I don't know, Marty invited me to the first class, and Nurse Jen I've worked with, so it's whatever makes sense for you.
Just talk to her, yeah.
My mom has an account too, but she's like, I don't know that I'll build it, so she's here, but yeah, she got one through Jen.
Okay.
So I'm like,
They're
I can go
doTERRA
under
Hyatt.
I can go under my,
Okay. So then, because you're getting started today, then Jen will come to me and then she'll give you a free energy enhancer because I brought anybody who starts today gets a free energy enhancer.
okay, so then you're saying if I'm getting the Ice Wave and the X39s, and then should my husband do the X49 too since he's older and he's got headaches?
Everybody should be on 39 and 49. We have EMFs, 5G, Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, they protect against EMS.
Yeah, the X49 protects you against. Remember yesterday
Yes.
with the EMF meter?
Yeah, we did an EMF meter with the 49.
Okay, I should make sure I'm getting the right ones here. And we're gonna do glutathione, because we're gonna do it with the detox bath.
So what sheet get off?
See, after I took it off, I put it on my phone.
Just leave it there
Yeah.
and it'll do.
So every day you're taking it off yourself, you're putting it in your mouth. It's protecting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
What was your name?
Ivy.
Ivy. Nice to meet you, Ivy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice. Marcel, where's your pain?
Neck right here. I can't turn this
We're gonna take it. It's okay if I take it, right?
Yeah.
So that's 39 in Eon, and then I'm going to put Ice Wave to turn off the pain receptors.
So today I started doing this red about red light therapy.
This is using your own infrared light, yeah. That's awesome.
And I was going to call this store this morning because it was the only place in town that I thought that might know something about it. And then I happened to see this class. So with this, I have hypothyroid, hyperaldosteronism, Hashimoto's,
And it's actually thyroid issue. Yeah, that's right.
they're all issues. And so my skin is so dry, I'm just itching.
It's gonna get, I used to have fever drive, peeling skin. Yeah. Was horrible. Because when you get a traumatic brain injury, everything goes offline, so everything goes haywire because all the connections are missing. So my skin was a mess. I had lesions on my chest. Luckily, I didn't have it on my face, but I was starting to get lines on my face. I did have around my lips. It was just eczema. No, it wasn't eczema. I had all sorts of things like with if I show you some of I had all my lymphatics were beat red. My lymph system was I'm sure if I would have gone to get a blood test, they would have said, I know that my white blood cell count was totally off the charts. They probably would have said you had cancer, blah, blah, blah. And I knew it was all from my traumatic brain injury, so I'm just going to treat this myself. I did go to a regenerative medicine doctor and I did have a Myers cocktail. Because a Myers cocktail is putting vitamins back in. I knew that my digestion, because I lost 10 pounds that I couldn't afford to lose, and I was eating the same. So I was like, okay, my microbiome and my digestive system is out of whack too, so I have to go directly in through my veins. Meyer cocktail has, all the different multivitamins, micronutrients, magnesium, etc. So I did some of that. I didn't do a glutathione IV, but I did do a Myers. I did probably about 10 pounds. Yeah, about 10 Myers cocktails in addition to this.
So 3 years ago, I went through.
Let me put this other one.
Can I get in here and get an energy sleep for this?
Yes. Yeah, let's just go ahead.
Mom's person.
Okay, fantastic. The zipper broke.
And then I have 2 that are going to be starting too, but how do I, because they already left, but I'm signing them up as soon as I can get.
So as soon as you sign them up, I'll leave the sleeves with Jen and with Marty, and then you'll just get them from them. Okay. Just make sure you have the credit card information.
So after I had breast cancer, I became allergic to everything. And then 3 years ago, I went through the Caldor fire.
What?
Caldor.
Are you signing
up? From here all the way to
Oh, because like all the fires that we had in
Your mom said yes.
Well, I was living in Placerville. I was not just ground zero for the fire. But I found out that I'm allergic to headaches, bloody noses.
I got Victoria, wow.
I got this rash on my chest and arms.
Yeah, because your body's trying to detox now.
The rash is still here.
You need to do the ionic foot bath, but when you get home, just do a detox bath. You're going to do baking soda. Keep on doing it until your rash disappears. You need to do a detox bath a day. One a day.
Like an Epsom salt bath? Not
Epsom soda, baking soda, or credit card, you can get a Borax. And then bentonite clay. If you don't have bentonite clay, at least do it with a Brazilian. And just every day, 30 minutes, hot water as hot as you can tolerate it. And then you're just going to sit there and relax. It's going to put electrolytes and nutrients into your body, but it's also going to pull out the toxins. Because baking soda, the sodium, bicarbonate, 2 cups of each.
To each bath?
Yeah,
so buy that stuff by the pound.
So you, like I buy my baking soda at Costco, I buy a 15-pound bag for $8. Yeah, 15 pounds for $8. And otherwise you buy the little boxes and it's like $1 or $2. But it's too expensive.
We never have to use a box every bath.
Yeah, so instead you just buy a 15-pound bag at Costco or Sam's Club, and it's like $8. It's not even $10. It's like $8 and change. And then the borax you can get for like $2. The Epsom salts, you can get it either through same thing, either Costco. Costco has a Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. Yeah, so you can get it on Whole Foods or Sprouts or on Amazon. And the bentonite clay.
So how hard it is to get the treadmill, because they're baking powder, the same thing, I have to order on like Amazon. It's just the box treadmill. They have they do.
It's very different. It's so beautiful.
It is. And I miss the beach, but other than that,
it's pretty gorgeous up here.
It is. I don't want to go back, and I think about my grandchildren.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area.
Well, if you have to,
It is. I don't want to deal with people in general. People are so mean down there, and it's not really in our county. Like,
Every city has its personality. That's what I've noticed.
Every city has their housewives in Orange County. But I wanted to buy obnoxious things. That's what would be in the lease of our life.
Yeah, that's not very fun.
It's not.
Huntington Beach is pretty laid back.
Oh, I didn't know they have all the gluten-free, flowers, all the air stuff. It's all that Bob's Red Mill.
Well, I think I bought like 5 or 6.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
So what are you deciding?
I think they're wanting to
I want
enroll
to talk
when
to
they
the
enroll.
red light
I told her
lady.
just let me
Okay,
know.
okay.
As soon as they do enroll, then she'll check.
Okay,
with
but
me
we'll get
and I'll do energy
the
back
energy sleeve.
to hand to her.
You have to be
We just
there.
need to make sure that
Because I'm
they
gonna tell
have.
her to be way more Yeah, okay, then wait. I will be right back. Catching advice. Okay. I just don't anything. My husband has just prostate cancer. They'll just
So did my dad.
I've been off for 7 months.
And that's why I'm listening. Yeah.
Say that was supposed to be.
And,
I have 2 weeks ago, they finally
Okay.
approved it. 7 months. And then when the judge was just getting, Jen and Marty were just getting started, and I probably should have been under Marty, but if I would have known that, you would not believe the hoops and amount of people that I had to do over the last 7 years. Well, I just arrested both of them 1,600 times. They even paid 1 year's rent.
Okay, so this is the link. I probably should mention, the company is a biomedical tech. So they're not, Amazon, we're used to Amazon, they're set, you go to Amazon because you're gonna buy. Amazon is set for you to
Well,
buy
yeah,
one,
just when you're
100, or in
ready,
bulk, they don't care, but it's very.
like I
streamlined,
said,
very
Jessica Joyce
efficient.
with our team, she does
Our
the
website is
clothes,
confusing.
shop and stuff, but she is under Marty
And
Jen.
wholesale, it's
Not,
confusing.
we're not,
So
Jen- or
no
Jessica and I
one
are.
sends the links out because people get frustrated and frustrated. People
all
like
under Jen
people.
and Marty.
They're like,
So
you
the
know,
very first day that I came in,
so instead, all the doctors,
Oh, okay.
so do I always have, or can I
we just have
do
to.
or do I always
No,
have
you're
to
underneath.
I'm
pretty sure.
I thought it was I have people that text me on Facebook Messenger.
I think she helped me that
But
day.
they'll send me
I
their
don't know.
credit card information and everything. I'm like, don't worry, this. But I tell people, Telegram is safe, so I would include the Telegram. So you can text me information through Telegram because I have people all over the world. So then, it's just those people in text form, and all they have to do is in order reply back to the text. And now I have exact spelling to everything.
Kendra.
Numbers and make sure.
I think Kendra helped you after I had to.
I transfer this to the, and then I can go into the website and tell me what it takes me time. Now that I'm familiar, it takes me 10 minutes. I started to 45 minutes to enter. Because I wanted to make sure that everything, I didn't know where everything was. And I thought, oh, there's a separate country. You change the country, everything wipes out, you have to start over. I'm like, oh, so,
what do I, you know, I hear you, I just want to know where to put them.
for the prostate cancer, you're gonna wanna put the patches
I
under
told
his
her
belly.
about the class,
Because when
but I thought you were under me. But we talked
very
a
hairy.
lot.
So he's gonna have to shave, a lot of men will shave their chest, sometimes you shave their front, your shoes, I haven't put them on. So I tell them just shave some of the territory. So they'll just shave right a little bit, and then they'll put, you're gonna put the Fantastic 5. So it's gonna be 39, 49, and this time, and just go clockwise.
Have you tried?
And so you're gonna, so 39, 49, glutathione, carnosine, and eon, you just put them in a circle with the adhesive overlapping. And then you're just gonna put them right under the belly button. It's like basically right over this posterior.
You said 5.
So 39, 49, glutathione, carnosine, and eon. Okay, that's this one over
And
here.
just around the needle or right
So
under.
below that, so
All of it below.
Like 3 days. Well, I don't know if it was a full story, but every time I do dental work, I always get sore.
and sometimes that's what sits right here. So that's why we use that so often. If you have digestive issues, you have hormonal
Not
issues,
every
like
time, but I
reproductive
said it
issues.
would, because I don't
Put
usually
them
have.
there. All 5 days. And then because you probably want to.
No, just keep your ingredients on.
As possible. Then put energy enhancer. You could put it either on your cardiac, or you could put them on either side. I've never heard of those.
I'll have to get those.
So then you would put that on the right.
And the ice thing I've never heard about.
Ice wave,
I
yeah.
have sleep, but I don't do ice.
Yeah, so the ice wave, this is, I'm out of heat. Yeah, this is
So
39.
since I don't have it, still just do the 39 and the Eon here tomorrow. For you? Yeah, for my demonstration with that.
So tomorrow. So I swear, you can wear 24 hours. The first thing that I don't wear those 24 hours.
Yeah, but I pretty like it. Yeah,
So then the X39 is
it's underneath. The new pastor and the Eon lower.
yeah. So you're gonna keep the ice wave on overnight, and then like some tomorrow, the pastor that lasts 12 hours.
Oh, yeah, they
And then the X39 gives it the shift.
Okay. Yeah.
For your husband, so that he gets some relief, there's an X39.
Yeah, we have one. You want to run over and grab it? Have the ones that you have. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back.
Now you're right. Okay. How are you
I'm
doing?
confused.
Oh, no, we gotta unconfuse you, we gotta help you, get clarity.
Yeah, I don't know. I have, you put some on my chest. It's not down to 0, but it's definitely better.
And did we double patch you? I think, let me see, let me see, because I think I put one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we just put one set of ice
Yeah,
cream.
because I don't know if I cracked something or if I, what I did.
I did double patch you, okay.
Okay, so well, how do I leave it over, how long do I leave it?
So you're gonna leave the ice wave, the ones on the sides, you're gonna leave that 24 hours till tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
The X39 and Eon, you're gonna remove that, since we put them on in the afternoon, remove them in the morning.
In the morning, okay.
Did you ask her about?
No, I haven't. Yeah. I briefly asked you about, I have a Down's daughter with pandas. We don't really know. I'm gonna get Jen to diagnose her with her machine thing.
Yeah.
We think there's maybe Lyme or Candida, but there's no place that, 5150 is what we're gonna. No, there's no place that. Any kind of break. I mean, I'm paying money, cash out of my pocket to hire people, so we can come just like for 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours and get away. But she screams and cries, she tears the house apart, she's
completely out of balance.
Well, yeah, and so it started out with 20 years ago with 13. She just woke up one day and was crazy. The doctors diagnosed her with schizoaffective, put her on 5 cocktail.
Have they checked her thyroid?
Her regular doctor just put her on levothyroxine. I don't know that it's doing. And that's not good because it suppresses the bone.
She's totally dysregulated. So what you need to do is you're going to take the Fantastic 5 rather than put it on.
Well, my biggest problem is she doesn't like being touched.
I know, it's a problem.
Yeah, and so I don't know how I'm gonna. I mean, we've been doing all kinds of. She's no longer taking supplements or medication or anything.
Yeah, that's why she's going to get worse. For her, she needs to put the Fantastic 5, and you're going to put them in a circle where you have X39, X49, glutathione, carnosine, and Eon.
Same one that she just.
Okay. All 5 of them, and you're going to put them right on the brain center where you have the bump right here.
Yeah, right the 7. Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
That
is at the top or is that the
yeah.
center?
So it's the base of the neck, the top. This is the first bump at the beginning of your spine. So that's that is governing vessel 14. That's where your brainstem goes into your spinal column. So it's going to signal that energy down your autonomic nervous system.
So this is the bump. You put the first one on the bump.
So yeah. So you're gonna put the patch so that first one is on that bump, and so it's going to be touching that whole area like a 5-pack.
Okay.
Okay. So, who is it that brought you? Was it Marti?
Well, we did a body code with her, but Jen was the one that told me about
she was trying to be. I thought
event
she was
here.
under you in the process.
Jen Jordan.
So
She's like, if she can.
We'll take care of it.
So just as a reminder for her, because her daughter has
pandas.
Yeah, Pan's panda, and she has
dementia,
Down, and she has a lot of dysregulation in the body. So instead of putting, like, you see how mine are in a strip?
Yeah.
Instead of that way, she needs to do X39, 49, glutathione, carnosine, and Eon, so it's in a circle.
Okay.
And you put it right on that neck bump, so that X39
Will
is
she
there.
let you do that? Can you open
That's
this?
the problem. Is she doesn't like being touched.
It broke.
She doesn't like being touched. She is signing up with a 535.
Okay.
And I need another one for Randy's. Are you out?
I might have one more in my other bag. That's good. There's 5 of them that was in it.
If you need someone else.
It might be next door, okay. So, yeah, we'll get you, so it needs to be like that for her?
So it needs to be in a circle,
Okay,
so
take a picture of that.
I will send you, because I have a picture of that on the front side so that you could see what the clear adhesive looks like in the white circles. So it's like a 5-pack, and then I have them turned over so you can see it's 39, 49 glutathione, farnesene, and neon. I'll just text it to you and you could send it to her. Send it to,
Okay.
yeah. But she's gonna need it, you need it in that pattern on her neck bump. And we're gonna have to do some, like energy, we'll do like an energetic prayer clearing so that you will have, when you see her next, you will have that downtime where she will agree to do that. We can't override her free will, but in the energy and because we're dealing with the Almighty, He knows what she needs. So we just
I used to be a massage therapist, and I've done a little bit of.
So you understand?
Yeah.
You definitely understand. So, but we have to set the intention, clear some of those energies before.
Absolutely.
So that we can clear the way so that she will allow it. I have another lady that is in.
I mean, I'm doing like rebuking and praying. When I pray, she comes back to us for a little while, and then it takes over. It's just these bizarre.
So her chemistry goes into sync and then it goes back. This is gonna be a huge help for her. I had somebody that was in a similar situation and they were having a crazy time in the facility where she is. And her sister, she's like, oh my gosh, Miriam is in so much pain. She won't even let us touch her. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to do one of these clearings. And then we did. And now she's totally good with her. The only time she's not in pain is when she's wearing patches. So, and she realizes that, and so now she's good. It's like, whoa, what a 360. It was like a big change.
So anyway, but I want to do the 50% off thing, whatever, or gift, because my husband.
That's this one.
Okay, so that would be 50%.
And
So
so
what do you get? So how do you know to use them? Would Marty be able to help you?
So you always get a patch placement call, and you get a patch placement call with Marty, with Jen, and myself. And then we just get on a 10-15 minute Zoom and we tell you exactly where to put it.
We've been doing this for 2.5 years.
It's about to get.
There's nothing, we reached that wall where there's no place to put her and there's nothing you can do.
And it's not an option to just have.
And I've been praying to God and I said, you've got to help us now. I know you know what's going on.
He knows everything.
And so I didn't know about this event. I just happened to text Jen and she said, well, I have to be at this event this week. She didn't even tell me what it was. And so I asked her, I don't know how I found out. I said, well, we'll just show up and talk to you there.
I'll tell you how I happened, because I put the prayer and the intention in the last couple of days specifically that I knew that God Almighty, His divine design, He had already hand selected the people that were supposed to come.
Thank you.
She's a powerful woman.
You have no idea.
She has a powerful mama. And her mama did not give up on her. And in gratitude and appreciation for the ask and the receiving, and you see her here. You didn't even, 2 days, 3 days ago, you didn't know you were going to be here. But God,
I didn't. I found out.
God knew your heart.
We did, Marty. I just finally said, there's nothing else that's working. We need to do the body code. I was studying to do the emotion code, but it got so crazy we had to let it go. So I let my tuition go, but I have a gift with that in that area.
So you can work with these ladies incredibly well.
Can I have an energy one for the kit that someone's enrolling?
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I have, because the ones that I'm here, I'm like all out, so I'm about to check. Just give me a quick second.
Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're okay, fine. It's absolutely okay.
And you get some good info?
Yeah, I think so. We're back into a wall with my down stock. It's just been too much. And I didn't know what else to do. So we did a body code with Marty.
Oh my gosh.
And she said she was working with this.
You got one.
I do have one more.
So
is the
it's divine intervention again. And that's really, it's been all along, just, given what we need at the time we need
need it, so. There's hope. I know, it's hard. It's really hard to be a caregiver. Oh, jeez, I get 3 to 4 hours sleep a night. Thank you so much. I'm lucky.
So, wow. Yeah, your daughter,
She is so strong, and
she is.
she incredibly she figured out a 3 combination lock, and she's I mean, her cognition is supposed to be at 52, really low, but she's intuitive, she's gifted.
That's because of the type that she's, yeah.
Well, and I've got both uses of the side. My dad was an artist and an engineer,
So he's a 50-50 brain.
and that's me. I got his brain, and so did all my kids.
Your daughter, yeah, I was gonna say, your daughter also she's a polymath. It's just that right now she's trapped in her body with this dysregulation. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you is that wherever she's at, switch out her light bulbs. These fluorescent light bulbs, they break your DHEA, fountain of youth hormone, they cause insulin resistance, and they also cause glucose spike.
Well, no wonder she's got cancer. Yeah. So switch them out to what?
Switch them out to incandescent bulbs.
Oh, okay, somebody else told me.
So incandescent bulbs, you probably won't find, in California, you can't buy those in a store.
You have to get them online.
You have to order it through Amazon. So that's what I do. And then what I do is I have infrared light bulbs in my home. I switched them out to infrared light bulbs. Half of them, actually, for every 6, I have 4 red and 2 clear. So during the day, I have all of them on, and then at night, I just turn off the clear ones, and just the red ones are on at night. After sunset.
She doesn't like the lights off at night. So we.
So you can keep the red ones on.
Okay.
Put Himalayan salt rock lamp in her house and in her room, because the negative ions and that frequency also will make her feel better. But this is wreaking
They're
havoc
deadly,
with her.
they're deadly.
Yeah, the fluorescent lights, like I said, breaks DHEA, fountain of youth hormone, increases insulin resistance, and it spikes your glucose.
Well, like for the dementia, we found a protocol for melatonin, progesterone, and DHEA, but it only lasted a while, and then she started.
And you can't do melatonin supplements orally, because it'll cause a retinal detachment in time. Because what happens, and my mentor, Dr. Jack Cruz, he's a brain surgeon expert and spine surgeon, and he says that what the research, and they don't teach, he didn't learn this in medical school, he had to figure this out later. But he says is that what happens is the way the chemistry of melatonin, when you take an oral supplement, because it's a synthetic melatonin, the melatonin then pulls the melanocytes from your eyes and the melanopsin from your brain, and then that's what causes a compromise to the eye, so that eventually you have a retinal detachment, which is horrific. So he has fired doctors because that work with him that were recommending melatonin supplements for children.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're like, no, but they need it for sleep, and he's like, I go, that's so dangerous.
So what do you do for sleep and?
Yeah, the patches are gonna take care of that.
So
We have a
need to
patch.
stop, because we're all taking it.
Yeah, the
All three of
melatonin.
us.
So short-term melatonin, if you're taking it just for like a few weeks, but long-term, you're gonna have a big,
Okay.
yeah. And I've had people who came to me that were blind from that. And now they can see because their eyes have been repaired, but they've been on the patches for about a year now. Yeah.
He's got macular degeneration that's distorting everything in his eye now.
That'll take time, but you just have to wear the patches every day, that's all. Because it's regenerating, it's rebuilding.
Okay, so if I get the bigger.
Yeah, you can get
that
them.
would be enough patches to.
Yeah. Do you have one of the forms?
This is mine.
Oh, this is the patch summary.
Okay.
And then,
I don't have any, I've done anything other than talk to you.
I'll pull out a form for you.
Okay.
A question.
Yeah.
Do you have a card?
I don't have a card, but that's my number.
Oh, okay.
And then whoever invited
I'm
you.
looking for it.
Okay, so yeah, nurse, so just take down my number.
Well, she already provided. She already got pictures of it.
Yeah, so nurse Jen will take that's my number. So just text me.
Another question, what do you use for eyesight?
Eyesight, Fantastic 5 on the neck box. Unless you actually have blurry vision right now, or you have like shingles like the eyes, then I would put them above your eyebrows, like your temples and your eyebrows. If you have something more specific, but if it's just general improving vision, then it goes on the neck box.
So, 5 what? What's it called?
The Fantastic 5.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll tell her. Thank you.
Okay, so let me get a form for you.
It could be,
Okay, it's a wrap. We're gonna call this an end. I'm surprised my phone didn't die. Hey, Jackie, say hi. Say hi to YouTube. There's Bobby. Last few people. Boy, we really cleared this place out. All right, my friends and gems, thanks for watching. Ciao for now. I'll turn this around. Ciao for now.